Welcome back into another episode of the Spaceman 2.0 Phoenix Truth Rising Show, here to help you grow in the knowledge and wisdom of truth, and the truth will set you free. We're going to get right back into part 6. We're going to continue on, starting with fleeing from Herod, and we know Herod tried to get the 3 wise men to collude with him to find out where the babe was born and tell him afterwards, but you'll see what happens. Fleeing from Herod. When the wise men had departed, behold, the celestial son Gabriel appeared to Joseph, saying, Rise and take the young child and his mother Mary with you and flee to Egypt, and stay there until I shall tell you. For Herod Antipas is planning to seek out the young child to kill him. He fears that the young child might wield terrible power and sorcery. While you are in Egypt, I will send my messenger to Herod Antipas to inform him of the truth. Joseph rose and took the young child and his mother at night, and they escaped under the guidance of the celestial son Gabriel towards the descending light, which fled along with them into Egypt. They found safety and shelter and remained there until Herod Antipas had been given information which changed his heart, and his fear was abated. As it came to pass, Herod Antipas saw that he had nothing to fear from the young boy, and that he was only said to be endowed with great wisdom and knowledge. He ceased to feel threatened in his realm, and he said to the messenger of the celestial son, Gabriel, that Mary, Joseph, and Emmanuel would no longer be pursued, nor would they be in further danger. At this change of events, Gabriel came again to Joseph, saying, Arise and take the young child and his mother Mary, and move to the land of Israel. All those who wanted to harm the child will now leave the babe unharmed. Joseph rose and took the child and his wife Mary, and returned to the light that had again appeared, and with them led them into Israel. The celestial son Gabriel brought them back into Galilee, where they lived in the city named Nazareth, so that what had been said by the prophet would be fulfilled. The Nazarene shall be called Immanuel. Dharma, it has been a long day, so let us take this until the morning. We shall take a bit, and not become overladen. Go in thy place of quiet rest, for I am with you in love and peace. So be it that mine seal is placed upon these writings. Blessings unto you ones. I am SANANDA, Emmanuel. So we finished chapter 1, moving on to chapter 2. So Emmanuel speaking to Dharma, let us put the basically incorrect myths to rest with the truth in brief format that you are prepared to enjoy and learn from thy brothers of the cosmos, who will come forth soon to assist you, who have petitioned unto me and our Father for assistance. You of earth have asked in prayerful searching for help in thy time of violence and moral decay. You shall have it. How did you perceive it would come? Really think about it. How did you think it would come forth? You no longer have the ability nor the facilities upon the earth to reverse of it. So, how did you believe it would come to you? So be it. I stand aside to monitor Dharma that you and Judas might script blessings upon the word. John the Baptist. Let us speak firstly of the one in thy book referred to as John the Baptist. None knew then nor now from whence came the one John the Baptist, for he was brought there to prepare the way for the young Emmanuel, who would achieve his mastery. The whole land was laid throughout with evil persecution. Beloved friends who read of the words this day of your year 1989 can have no conception. You look upon thy picture Christmas cards and see whatever you wish to see. It was sordid and cruel time in the world at the coming of the Christos Master. You can find of good in little pockets of existence in any time format in history. But back to the scrolls. The next few years of young Emmanuel were spent in and about Nazareth, while he grew in his physical way with his family, which also grew in number during those years. I will effort at keeping to the facts and point of discussion. However, so will not at this time enlarge upon other than effect of circumstances which related directly to Emmanuel in a major magnitude that differs to great degree from what you have been told. At that time there came one, John the Baptist, who went about the country teaching and preaching. He preached mostly in the gathering along the banks of the Jordan River, at the edge of the desert. No one knew from where he had come, nor when he had arrived. He did, however, begin to draw rather large crowds, for he preached the baptism according to the old laws of God, in the way according to which the path to knowledge was to be prepared, and he preached that the laws had to be followed because he, God, was the only ruler for the human race, but that above God was the creator of the worlds, the universes, and all things alive. He also preached that all things are alive. He told that the creation is without gender, neither male nor female, was the secret of all secrets, death and life, the light and darkness, being and non-existence, and that God the Lord, the ruler of his human race, and those who traveled from afar, the celestial sons, hold the creation in most high esteem above all other or all else. All over Judea, the people of Jerusalem went to John acknowledging the ancient laws of God, and allowed themselves to be baptized by him in the river Jordan. John told them it was not the ritual itself that made any difference, but only that it represented cleansing and acceptance. It washed the darkened energies from the auric field around the body, that the positive energy field of light could establish itself. Water changes electrical patterns, brethren. You must keep this uppermost in thy scientific activities. John came forth as a most simple being, who wore a simple robe of woven camel hair and clutched it with a belt of camel leather about his loins. His food was also simple, for he ate little other than wild honey and locusts. He explained to the people that as the locusts did feed on the grain crops, the substance taken within the locusts was converted to a most worthy food supply. He showed them that the locust did not represent destructive pest, but rather a food supply of great value which converted a simple foodstuff into a body-sustaining whole food. He further told them that the honey gathered from the wild bees gave energy upon which the body could instantly draw strength, and as the wild bees gathered the dust from the wild plants, they brought forth a variety of worthy food supply into the honey. Further, the unused dust brought forth into the hive was also a most wondrous food supply. As always is the case in history, man takes that which pleases him and discards that which he despises. Were man to come to balance and partake of the pests which abound, you would not be plagued by famine and starvation. Ponder it, brethren. As John anointed by immersion in the river many of the people, there also came many Pharisees and Sadducees to him, taunting and ridiculing him with malicious shoutings and speeches. But John spoke. You breed of vipers, who told you that you could escape from the future wrath, once your false teaching is recognized? Watch, and bring forth fruit of repentance, and teach the truth. Turn from the evil of your own false teaching, done with arrogance, and from the motives of power and profit. Do not think that you will say amongst each other, we have Abraham as father. I tell you, with his knowledge and power, God is able to turn these stones into children, because he knows the secret of the creation. The axe has already been laid at the root of the trees. Therefore the tree which bringeth forth bad fruit will be hewn down and thrown into the fire. You breed of vipers, in 2,000 years, you and your descendants who teach falsely, serving your own pride from the motives of power and profit, shall be punished and destroyed because of your lies. When the human race begins to know and separates the wheat from the chaff, when your false teachings are laughed at, and the human race finds the truth, when the human race builds singing lights and fire machines which fly in the sky and beyond, and within which the human can ride forth into space and beyond, as is done by God and his following, the celestial sons, who teach us wisdom and the knowledge of the creation, who urge us to obey the law of nature and live in accordance and in balance with it, then shall you reap the rewards and harvest of